I'll be right back. Some weird's happening next door. Hold on.
Hey, Mike, you saw that parking issue was resolved by Joe Allen quickly this morning? Mike, are you with me?
I just now walked back up. You say something?
Yeah, I said, you saw that Joe Allen resolved that vehicle issue quickly
Yeah,
this
I went
morning?
down there this morning and told her about it, and she says, "Oh, let's get Randy on it." Since that's Conan Graham, that's the contractor.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah,
Yep.
he was happy with that.
So while I was there, she said, "Right here, I'll get hold of him." It's the best time to get hold of him is at 6:30 in the morning.
So
Said,
it was interesting because I talked to Clearwater about the camera issue this morning. They were probably able to capture that on their red light cameras. It takes 2 days to get that information back from their vendor.
Good.
That takes a long time. That's a long time. Why can't you just pick it up and they download the data and give it to you? I don't know.
I don't know. They probably got it. I don't know.
But you know, time
Better
is
than not,
everything. It's the first 48 hours you want to.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, true. It's true.
How are we doing on our equipment list?
Good. I've got a lot of comments out there to all the different agencies. There's a couple other different pieces, not just the one you showed me from Decatur, but there's some other ones that are similar. So I've just kind of started, the scope will be done Tuesday. Hopefully we can meet Wednesday or Thursday next week to kind of have a round table discussion, throw some dates out. And everyone knows it's coming. So I've told them to, open up their ideas and be ready to tell us what you're interested in.
Yep.
But I don't want to make the list too long. I think a lot of people still
you
like
said
what was
next
there.
Wednesday?
Well, I think Tuesday, the scope, I just talked to Julie, the scope should be done by Tuesday next week. So next Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, I leave for ATSA on Sunday. So I won't be back till the following Tuesday night or Wednesday.
Well, I'm off on the 16th. That's Thursday. So if we do it, we can do it. You want to do it in person?
Yeah, I mean, I'm available next Wednesday. I'm going to be at the district probably. I think we'll have a field review and then we're supposed to do an ATSA practice. So
when are you coming here? In the morning?
Probably close. It'd be in the afternoon. I mean, I could the morning. Yeah, I could certainly probably make it in the morning since we're not doing that field review till 1. So let me look real quick. 15th.
I show a field review
at 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock, yeah.
So let's do it in the morning if you like. Brenton, are you listening?
Hello? Yes, I am.
You know if Julie's calendar looks available next Wednesday morning?
I'm doing right now 10 o'clock.
Okay.
No, she's at TPO meeting.
Okay.
How
about 8 o'clock?
In Hen.
8 o'clock a.m.
What time's our meeting, Brenton?
9 to 11.
And that's at Tampa?
Yeah, I think it's local roadways.
We could always do it virtually too, Mike, if it's better for Julie on that.
Well, we have orders here at our office if we're supposed to do in person as much as we
All right.
can.
I got you. Okay. Or we push it out till Friday or following week. I won't be back till probably Thursday. Let's see, when I fly back in.
See what Tuesday looked like. Tuesday, we have a TIM meeting in Pinellas. You're
Yeah,
going to
that's
that?
that's at 10 a.m. I'm at East Lake until probably 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
You won't make the TIM meeting?
No. And Craig's flying in on Monday, so we've got some work zone review stuff to do Monday afternoon or Monday evening. So
Brenton, what's our on the 15th, what's our 8 o'clock look like?
Pretty open.
Open? Well, I guess we're gonna do 8 o'clock, guys.
okay. Are you going to invite Janice to that one as well, or do you want to leave her out right now?
I'll invite her. Get her
Okay.
get her on the ground floor.
Okay.
Let's see if she can show up.
Well, I've kind of already given her an idea of what I'm expecting from her.
Yeah. Want to be in the Dolphin?
Dolphin room?
Yeah. I'll
And
get you
that
the
is-
invite.
No idea where the Dolphin room's at, but
It's up there in the lobby.
oh, okay.
If you get lost, you know the little girl that works there. She knows you.
Mm-hmm. That'll work perfect. I'll look for the invite.
I'm typing it up as we trying to remember everybody's involved with it. Oh yeah, I think Lori's still there, isn't she? Did we want
Yep.
Lori again?
Of course. She's not cheap though.
How about Melissa? She's cheaper.
She's
at
like,
Melissa.
no.
Melissa's plate's full.
Yeah,
Melissa's
so
got a full plate.
Melissa has a
Yeah,
full
so-
plate and not cheap.
Brenton, Julie, myself, Lori,
Lori, Shu.
you, Emmett, you, probably Emmett or Dave, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll get Emmett.
And
I'll bring him
then
in in case
Janice
I get-
Martinez. And Janice Martinez. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm doing a 1 hour meeting. 8 to 9.
Perfect.
It's going. They should be binging in on everybody. It showed up on Shu's calendar. It showed up on the Dolphins calendar.
Got to go through my spam filter first.
Lori's looking real hard for it.
You sent it to my G Edna stuff, so I can take it on that one as well.
I'm sending, sorry, I was typing an email. What'd you say?
I just sent you an email.
Oh,
I sent one to everybody, including Dave Carr.
That's nice of you to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you involved again. Got a meeting here on the 15th at 8 o'clock.
Where at? The Dolphin Room?
Yeah.
In district?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want you to start coming back down here so you remember where your new job's going to be.
I hear you talk all that stuff now. You can't afford me.
Yeah, we'll see. George, you declined the meeting?
No, I didn't decline it. Oh, I saw that. No, I accepted it, didn't I?
Nope.
Did Did it switch to accept?
Yeah, since me back when you declined. Lori accepted.
Yeah, now it should say accept.
Yep, now it came in.
Okay, perfect.
Julie accepted.
Did Brenton accept yet?
No, not yet. Brenton run out the door when he saw it. I'm not doing that again.
That 8 o'clock morning meeting scared him. That's what it was.
I get here at 5:30, so 8 o'clock's like the middle of the day for me.
Oh my God. You'll be eating lunch around that time.
You wonder how I get so much done. That's why I put in the hours. Well, Mr. Jim McLean,
Hello.
how are you doing?
Good, doing good.
Walt's
Been
not gonna
busy.
make, yeah, Walt's not gonna make it today, so
Okay,
we'll help you get along through this.
yes, he's been busy.
Oh, and you know what he's bad at? It's just as bad here. Nobody's even applying for jobs.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
I talked to him last week. Says he's been still swamped.
Yeah.
We want to give it a couple minutes, Mike, just to see if anybody else rolls on.
Yeah, the only one I don't see is our sheriff's department anywhere.
Mhm.
That's true.
I know Lieutenant Ball's out of town for a while,
Hmm.
but I don't know if Laura's gonna make it or not, Sergeant Laura. I suppose we can go ahead and get started. Jim, you wanna go ahead and kick it off?
Yes, so introductions from Jim McLean, citizen Citrus County.
Melissa,
David?
you wanna go down the roll
Yeah,
and then,
she did that
yeah,
roll.
make it
Yeah.
easy, see who's
Yeah.
coming next.
Everybody, I'm Melissa Shepherd with JMT, and Mike, we'll start with you, Mike Zen.
Okay, Mike Zen, Florida Department of Transportation.
Ashley Thomas.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ashley, and I'm with the Florida Department of Health in Hernando County. Good to see you all.
Thank you.
I'm coming.
Lori.
Lori Paleo, JMT.
Thank you. All right, Jim introduced himself. George Edmondson.
Good afternoon, George Edmiston with Benish. Glad to be back for the West Central. Wow.
Thank you. All right, David Carr.
Hello, Dave Carr, East Hernando County citizen.
Thank you. All right, Anthony Chumont.
Anthony Schmott with JMT.
Thank you. Brenton Mosier.
Brenton Mosier, USF Cutter.
All right, Miss Bev Howard.
Beth Howard, Citrus County citizen.
Thank you. All right, is there anyone else on the line who I did not call your name? All right, and
That's such a
just
well-timed bark.
That
know,
was
right?
so cute, right?
My puppy.
All right, and just to let everybody know, the meeting is being recorded, and if you are not speaking, please mute your mics. And I will hand it back over to Mr. Jim.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Started our meeting this morning, today at 1:35, 1:32, February the 8th. Let's review and approval of the January 2023 minutes. I don't have a very good picture of that. My screen is not very good on that one.
Okay, and these were mailed out to everybody in the packet.
Yes. Do we have an approval for the minutes of the January 11th meeting?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve them.
Okay. Yes. I'll second it.
All right.
Comments? Any comments? Any changes? Nothing? Okay. Approved minutes as read, as written. Thank you, Melissa. Any old business? This one was by Peter and Walt. That's the turn signal phase up there at 41 and 491. Supposed to do a traffic count. Might be an
Yeah,
update on that.
yeah, I'm trying to pull up the email for the response on that one. Just give me a second.
Hey y'all, sorry I'm a little late. There were two different links and I got on the first link and I was in the air, so I assumed I must be on the wrong link.
Sorry about that, Rob, but we're glad that you're here.
How is everyone today?
Doing well.
Very
Good.
good.
Just fine, just fine. Thank you. Mike still finding the report on that?
Yeah, I forgot to unmute myself. Hell, I was reading the damn thing already. All right, the intersection currently has permissive left turns in all directions. A turning movement count was performed here in September, and all 5 years of crashes were reviewed by the district, both attached. There have been no left turn crashes involving the northbound or southbound left turns during this time frame. Based on that review, the district staff has previously determined that the left turn phases are not needed. Safe and efficient intersections are the primary objective during the traffic counts. Signals utilize a national practice from the MUTCD that are proven to enhance safety. Subject intersection was evaluated for a dedicated left turn phase. Back in 2021 also, based on that review of the existing conditions, the intersection did not meet the criteria at that time to provide a dedicated left turn as per the standards. So hence there, it is recommended that no changes be made at this time. We will currently maintain a level of, I've got the wrong sentence here. Basically, they're going to check on it periodically.
Okay, so that means it stays on the list then?
No, it's nothing there we can do with it right now. And I've already had a conversation with Walt this morning, so there's nothing that's going to be done with this intersection. The problem is going to be that people are still going to cut through on that side road. And so the county would have to offer 491 onto Smith Terrace. So I don't know what the county can do there outside of blocking, making a right in, right out on that Smith Terrace only. And I don't see that. And Walt and I both agree that's probably never going to happen either.
Yeah, that would be kind of difficult up there, I think.
Yeah. So there's not much we can do with this one right now. So I would recommend at the next meeting that this be removed.
Okay. Okay, Melissa, you make note of that, please. Thank you. Next item was item 2, the corridor wide on Good Neighbor Trail. We had some issues there. We brought up last meeting about the delineator posts and accidents down there. And I think that Ernie was going to do something about relocating those, removing them, reinstalling them, whatever. I don't have any information on that.
I don't either. And I don't have anything either on the wall.
Okay.
Jim, I haven't been over that way myself in a while either.
Yeah, I haven't been down there either one. Okay, well, let's move on to the next one then. We'll leave that one there for now. Item number 3 is the Mariner Boulevard and the North Cliff Boulevard. Dave Carr's checking on that one, but we don't know if it's been done or not. Dave, do you have any information about that?
Dave, you're muted. Sorry.
I was through there yesterday at that intersection. There has yet to be anything done.
Okay.
Is that a Hernando County work
Yes, sir.
project?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. And they're not addressing it?
Not at this time.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll move on then from that one. I don't know what we can do about it.
It's one of those ones that's probably gonna be the squeaky wheel. We're gonna have to just keep bugging the county.
Okay.
I know 2 people who had accidents there, so
There you go. Ashley's one of them. Help us keep that wheel squeaking, Ashley.
yeah.
All right. Moving on to number 4, Miss Maggie Drive. I don't know if anything we're talking about doing speed test.
I've
tests
been
out
waiting
there.
no, there's not gonna be one until, I talked to Walt again on this one after the last meeting. And I haven't gotten a hold of Lieutenant Ball, but Walt needs a letter from the Citrus County Sheriff's Department requesting the speed so that he has an official record of it, so that if they do have to adjust the speed and somebody said, why'd you do that? He's just trying to cover the counties, it was requested by the Sheriff's Department. So he needs a letter in writing from the Sheriff's Department on that.
Okay.
Did you get all that, Melissa? Good.
Yes. All right.
Yes, letter in writing from CCSO
Yep.
about the speed.
Speed
Yeah,
study.
requesting a speed study.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Number 6, I think it is. Number 5. Okay, the jail signage down at 491. I haven't been down that way to see if there was any signs on the roadway or not.
That's another one. Walt is requesting the Sheriff's Department to send a letter requesting those signs, and he'll be glad to get that over to traffic ops and get those signs put up.
It seems like several years ago there was a sign down there, but I wondered if maybe the installation of the gas station there and the rerouting of the roads may have eliminated that sign and it never got put back up.
Or it's in somebody's man cave.
That's right. All right. I didn't think about that part. Yeah, very good. Thank you, Mike. Okay,
All right.
next one is number 6, Deltona Boulevard and West Citrus Springs Boulevard. People not obeying the 4-way stop signs. Do you want me to talk about what I did, Mike?
Sure.
Okay, I went out there and looked at the intersection, and I found that there are stop ahead signs at 200 feet from the intersection. There is stop sign, 2 stop signs for each road. There's two stop ahead signs on each lane, 2 stop signs on each lane of the 4-lane intersection. I noticed that the travel lanes, all the travel lanes rise to the intersection. In other words, you come down the road and you rise up to that intersection, all 4 directions. I don't know if that's a contributing factor or not, but I did check visibility at all the stop signs, and there's good visibility at all the stop signs. When you're at the stop sign, approaching the stop sign, the visibility is not so good. You got trees on each corner. The road speed is 45 miles per hour And they've had 4 crashes out there, two in 21 and 2 in 22. There's a paved shoulder, there's a paved shoulder on Deltona on each side of the road. There's a paved shoulder on Citrus Springs Boulevard west of Deltona, but bike lanes to the east of Deltona. And yeah, that's a good picture there. As you can see that. And the sidewalk ends at Deltona. There's no sidewalk further down West Citrus Springs Boulevard. The only sidewalk is on the north side of Citrus Springs Boulevard. There's a stop sign in each of the medians, in the center of each median. And I was looking at, we talked about something last time, I believe, of possibly putting up blinking lights there. And I did some research, and you can put either flashing stop sign or possibly a red overhead warning light, flashing warning light on top of those stop signs in the median. I noticed that the stop signs for the lanes, other than the median, are probably, can't tell for sure, but by this picture, but on the down low on, and move the cursor a little bit to the right, Melissa, there. You can see there's a black line at the intersection. The stop signs are probably 15 feet off in the grass rather than right up against the pavement. Whether that makes a difference or not, I don't think so. Right, there you go. You can see, well, that one there is not the right one. That one's okay. The one on the other side over there on Citrus Springs, North Deltona, yeah. At Deltona, and then that one there is right on Citrus Springs is okay, but the Deltona ones seem to be further off the problem because you can see them. But I think the ones in the middle and the median there ought to have either flashing ones there or just a beacon above them. I don't think you can't put a pole up there, poles to have a flashing red light in the middle of the roadway. Also, I wondered if the stop ahead signs could be relocated to 300 feet instead of 200 feet. I did some speed studies on that, and stopping distance at 45 miles per hour at a 1.5 second average driver reaction time on no grade and dry road conditions, the stopping distance is 196 feet, which is in the minimum of the sign placement at the present time for the stop ahead signs. If you increase your speed, you go up significantly. At 50 miles an hour, it's 230 feet, 55 miles an hour, 265 feet. And with reaction time of 2 seconds or 2.5 seconds, it goes up considerably more. So I don't know what we can do up there. Like I said, that I made some ideas, some suggestions of relocate the stop ahead signs to 300 feet may help. Install red flashing lights above the stop signs in the median may help. Install all-way plaques, the R13 thermoplastic strips prior to the stop signs for warnings to that intersection. Like I said, and there's been only 4 accidents up there in the last 2 years of any significance. So whether we need to put those items in place or not, I don't know. That'd be something the county would have to look into, I'm sure.
Hey, Jim, this is Dave Carr.
Yes, Dave.
Looking at the picture of the intersection, it doesn't appear that there's any homes or people in the general area. When you said thermoplastic strips, did you mean like rumble strips, or did you mean something that would get attention, like a visual?
The thermoplastic rumble strips we put on a lot of roads.
to give that vibration?
Yes,
Okay.
a
Yeah, I was
series of
going to
those.
suggest that that would probably be a good idea. Only I would use like asphalt rumble strips instead of the thermal. I think the asphalt rumble strip would be cheaper
Uh-huh.
and
That's
probably
just
be more effective.
right. Yeah, any type of thing that would enhance a person stopping there. Now, when I was up there and when checking that out, there was a person driving east on West Citrus Springs Boulevard. I was at the corner of Deltona. I'm not sure about this picture, where this picture's at, which is north and south. But I was getting ready to cross the West Citrus Springs Boulevard, and that guy was not going to stop. He was running right through. He stopped eventually on the east side of the stop bar. But as I was crossing that intersection right there on my bicycle, so it was kind of a hairy situation. I think that's more, yeah, that's probably north and south there. Yeah. So I was heading north across the lane, and he roared right up there. There, and I was crossing in front of an intersection there. So, George, you have a comment?
Yeah, Jim, do you have a different street view of the stop signs? I see they're doubled up. Do you have bright sticks, or are there any considerations for bright sticks on those stop signs to enhance those as well?
I don't recall if there was any bright sticks on those or not.
Yeah, maybe add that as a recommendation.
Yeah, there they
okay, so
are.
there are bright sticks on there.
Oh, and there's an all way too.
Yeah.
Which corner is that?
Stop. Maybe if there's funds, you can convert those to the Wanco flashing solar. There's no street, but you have street lights there, so I don't even know if the lighted street signs are going to enhance it that much more. It's probably an enforcement issue out there as well.
I would think that's mostly what it is. I'm sure it's driver errors, that's causing most of
the fact
situation.
they're doubled up. The fact they're doubled up, and I certainly agree with you on that. If the speed limit's 45 and your perception reaction and your braking distance, you obviously want to put those a little bit further back, probably closer to 300, between 250 and 300 at least.
Mm-hmm. And I see there's always stops on that, but I didn't notice those when I was up there.
Yeah, that's pretty visible. I don't know how much more you can do to that.
Yeah, it is very visible, but there's still an issue going on. I think it's more of anything more. It's more of an enforcement issue. There's no specific time.
That's in Citrus or Hernando?
That's Citrus County.
Okay. Well, we'll be talking a little bit more about that maybe during ELEE if that's popping up as a crash location. Right, Mike?
It's not a state road, George.
Oh,
it's county.
Yeah.
Disregard.
I did recommend in the last meeting, and I don't know if you brought it up to Walt's attention when you talked to him, Jim, but I can get him some LED backlit signs, with the LED blinkings all the way around the edges of the signs, red LED lights.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've seen those.
Yeah, I've got one down there on 41 in Croom, so coming into Brooksville, so it's probably the closest one there. But I've offered to, I could buy those signs, and they'd have to install them and maintain them, but they're solar powered, so they're I know Robert Esposito mentioned maybe a roundabout, but I know we probably have the right of way out there to do that, knowing these are wide mediums, but I don't know if we have the funds to do that.
Yeah, it's would be a good place for that, for sure, a roundabout, but yeah.
Now, is it something you can send me a specific email on? I mean, like you probably talked to somebody down there. Ron, does it run roundabout? Hello?
I'm sorry, Bob. I didn't understand everything you said.
Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little on the muffled side. Like, I don't know, it's like a towel over your microphone or something.
Is that any better?
That's better than it was. It can still have an improvement, but I think we can hear you.
Okay, I don't know why it's coming through my laptop and not the speakers on my monitor. Sorry about that. I mean, I'd be amenable to asking the department if they could do a roundabout. Doesn't Ron Shin like those? They're pretty popular, aren't they?
It's not, everybody likes them. I mean, I mean, when they're being built, I mean, people don't want them, but once they get built and everybody's using them, everybody loves them.
Right, right. I'm actually having lunch with Ming on Friday the 24th, and I'm hoping Ron can be available. Happy to talk to him about it. I was supposed to have lunch with Ron and Ming on the 22nd of this month, but I had a conflict come up.
Well, Bob, just so you know, this is a county road both ways.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the department's not gonna.
No.
Sorry, my bad.
I know. I mean, it looks like there's enough real estate to put a roundabout in there, and it'd be perfect to do one. But
No, that'd be county funding, right?
yeah,
I guess the stop signs are gonna have to do for now.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm doing my best to try to get the elected officials to start imposing impact fees on development so we can have more county funds. I think Citrus County is actually getting more amenable to the idea of it. I'm trying to help them figure out how we can do that. They have some limitations right now.
Anthony's got his hand raised.
Yeah, if I can add a thought to the conversation, you're talking about a couple of pretty good countermeasures and, some relatively low cost, the roundabout obviously being higher, but something to consider. Whatever improvements you do at this location, look up and downstream, because Citrus Springs Boulevard is somewhat of a loop, and it intersects a couple of other streets at an all-way stop. So like if we do the blinking, flashing solar stop signs at this location, you might want to consider it at the other locations along the corridor, just from a driver expectancy standpoint, so that, this one location isn't very different from the rest along the corridor.
Yeah, you've got Elcam and you've got Century Boulevard up there. You got North Deltona is also intersection.
Duncan. Yeah,
Dunklin,
that
Dunklin,
loop has about 4
yeah,
always stop controlled intersections. So you might want to think of it as a corridor wide improvement and sort of enhance all of the intersections with similar treatment.
mm-hmm. It's a good idea.
One of the things I'm concerned with in the neighborhood, I mean, I worked in Citrus County for quite a few years in that area. In that area there used to be a lot of people just out there shooting signs and stealing signs and everything else, because it was rural and hardly anybody lived out there. So I don't know how much it's grown since I've been up there in the last 10 or 12 years, Jim, but I'm sure it's grown some. But it's still pretty sparse with population. Is that correct?
Yes. As you can see, the intersection we were just referring to, Citrus Springs Boulevard and Deltona, you can see those corners there are all treed. There's no development going on in any of those particular. Right to the left there on Deltona, there's development there. A little bit to the right, but the two big blocks of nothing there. Then up on the north end, above the North Citrus Springs Boulevard, where that green area is, where Habitat is building homes. In that area, yes, right there,
Right.
that area. Mm-hmm.
And I know I know even back when I first came up there 30 years ago, I mean, even Pine Ridge, you couldn't find signs. Everybody stole all the signs. And
yeah, I was curious of those always signs on the stop signs. I don't recall seeing those, but they're obviously there if they're still in the pictures.
And you were on a bicycle.
Yeah, I was on my bike.
I imagine a car don't even see them at all.
That's right. That's right.
Hi, guys. It's your favorite traffic sergeant.
Hey, Sergeant.
And so in reference to Citrus Springs, Citrus County as a whole, we are growing so fast. And I understand right now there's not a lot right there in that immediate intersection. But I do believe we've got 2 new housing developments coming in up there, on top of a multitude.
Uh-oh.
You guys still there?
Yeah, there you are.
Yes.
Okay, there I am. So as well as a multitude of homes being built. So even though there might not necessarily be housing right there,
I imagine probably in the next 2 or 3 years, that whole area of our county is going to look completely different. And this is an issue that we're running into as our sheriff's office participates in 3 FDOT grants. So we receive funding to essentially go out and just do tons of traffic enforcement. And the more enforcement we do on one road, it pushes all the vehicles over to other roads, and then we start working that area, and then it pushes all the vehicles back out to the main roads, and it's just an ongoing battle of back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So it's a matter of a cycle of keeping up with the enforcement, because in law enforcement as a whole, we're doing our best just to keep up as it is, no matter how much extra stuff we go out and work. But this whole area is just exploding in our county. Not to mention another big thing, you talk about Elkham, they just dropped the expressway that leads right to Pine Ridge. And as you cut through Pine Ridge, that brings you see that line right there, right where you're drawing that arrow. It drops them straight through Pine Ridge, and they cut right across, right through Citrus Springs, and they use that as a main artery to either travel up into Marion County or over onto the west side of the county across Dunklin. Or because Dunklin takes you over to the northern Crystal River area.
Yep.
So that whole area is just a massive main artery that is just blowing up in our county. So anything you can do with any of those stop signs, the rumble strips would be phenomenal. I've been begging for rumble strips. So anything with any of those stop signs up there. I heard some talk about a roundabout when I was in the middle of trying to get logged in. We love roundabouts. Yay, roundabouts. Bring all the roundabouts. Take them all. So anything that can be done up there would be great.
I'm all for you, Sergeant. And just so you know, if it's exploding, I don't know if rumble strips will be the right thing, because if you're gonna, I know Dave Carr will confirm this, that when you put them around the houses and stuff, the public will win. You'll be removing them.
Yeah.
Right. Well, but then at least we could say we tried.
Yeah, but it's just the noise. It makes, especially out there, it's going to be so loud at night.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if any traffic counts have been done out there or not, but it's well, I was up there probably for a half hour or so looking at that intersection. There had to have been at least 50 vehicles go through that intersection in just about a half hour. So on a Sunday morning, about 10 o'clock in the morning, 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Actually, I'm surprised there wasn't more. We have a lot of traffic in our county, and they're all using back roads everywhere for various reasons, whether it's construction on 19 or increased enforcement activity on all the other roads. There's tons of reason for it. So it's just a continual battle that we are constantly fighting.
Yeah, that particular intersection, I think the problem with that one is, when I looked at some data, there was the school system seems like maybe drawing more traffic in that particular intersection. People taking kids to school, because majority of the accidents of those I looked at was in the mornings. It may be taking kids to school type thing. Possibly.
That's very possible.
So other than that, what should we do next, Mike, to pursue just the county? I talked to Walt about it.
Yeah, let Walt know, I'm offering to buy up the LED backlit stop signs. That's, I think, it's the first step we can try without going into a lot of, it's a very simple, dig a hole in the ground and put them in the ground and light them up. But Dave Carr had his hand up a minute ago. Dave?
Okay.
Yeah, I have my hand up. I was going to say, I respectfully disagree with you on the rumble strips. I think now is the time to put them in, because there is nobody living around them. And by the time they do build the houses around there, those rumble strips will be so depleted, they probably won't even make any noise. I think they're cheap. They can be put in tomorrow if they really wanted to. And I think they'd be there 24/7. And Therefore, it would wake a lot of people up coming into that intersection, at least for a while.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
see it?
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I
And
agree,
perhaps
Dave.
the combination perhaps the combination of the rumble strips plus the backlit stop signs would help us a lot.
I think so. You see,
Undying love and appreciation for you right now.
there's only two houses there that are within a distance of that, probably 500 feet or so. Those two right up in there, Glen Ridge Drive Circle. There's just two houses right there. The rest of it, there's pretty vacant, and I don't see where they would cause too much of a problem. A series of them, 3 sets of them or something like that. So need to pursue it with the county. I'll talk to Walt about those two.
Okay.
All right. Do we have any other conversations about that intersection? Let's see. Okay. Nothing further. We'll move on to the next one. And that was it.
That's it, Jim. Number 6.
Okay.
That's it.
Number
Last
6.
one.
All right. Do we have any new problem locations? Let's see, where are we going? That's a little bit further down the list, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. What we need to do is any calendar updates or activity reports. Mike, have anything? Sergeant Anstead have anything?
I've got nothing. I'm just waiting on our new ELE program to get kicked off.
Oh, you're hungry.
I
All
am.
right.
You know we are.
All right. I've got a
Okay.
few things that are coming up in the rest of this month, and we can go into part of March since we won't meet again till then. On the 12th, there you got the Super Bowl impaired driving campaign. It's a national campaign, but so that's a NHTSA sponsored campaign. Safe Walking for Life workshop is coming up. That's at the end of February. March is the Safe Mobility for Life for Bicycling Education, Bicycle Month, for the whole month of March. And we will be back, of course. I don't know, is our next meeting before the 17th? You have a St. Patrick's Day, another rail crossing driving impaired campaign going on for St. Patrick's Day on the 17th. That's what I have for calendar updates.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Mike. Anybody else have any information of any activities going on? Calendar events?
Brent, you got anything?
No, not for Citrus Hernando at this time.
It's a quiet month.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. How about the fatal crash map? Should we take a look at it? That's the 2022. Do we have an updated, a 2023 version of that yet?
What's happening here? Hold that. Let me see what's going on. I don't know why everything just stops. Let me see if I can get it downloaded again. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Unless Laura, you want to discuss while I'm.
Yeah, I
this
could
up.
talk about the data in the meantime if you want. So in Citrus County in 2022, there were 24 fatal crashes. This is less than the 35 fatal crashes in 2021, so that went down. In 2023, the CTST fatal map shows that there were 0 fatal crashes so far, but there has actually been 1 recorded fatal crash at Grover Cleveland in Alabama, and it was a pedestrian fatal crash. Since the data is unofficial, it wasn't added to the system yet when the map was created. So that's why we don't have anything for the Citrus County 2023 fatalities.
Miss Lori, can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
So we actually just had another one this past week. It was a motorized bicyclist. He was on 486 on the bicycle path. And it looks like he managed to lose control of his bicycle and hit one of the street signs that was kind of in the grassy area in between the bicycle path and the roadway, and it ended up he fell directly on his head and broke his neck, and it was a fatal right there. So I know we have had at least 2, and I might be missing one more, maybe 3 for this year so far.
Question for you, Sergeant Anstead. It's George.
Yes, sir.
Were you able to classify that as a automobile crash? What did you list that vehicle as, an e-bike, or did you list it as a motorized?
So
because
we
I don't think the
actually,
crashes would let you enter that
so
if
we
it's just an
actually,
e-bike.
we turned it over to FHP.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure how they classified it. I mean, at first we kind of even struggled as considering it a crash fatality. However, it was a motorized vehicle per se, and it crashed with a roadway street sign, and a fatal was involved behind it. So we did end up contacting FHP, and they classified it as a fatality. So
Okay.
I'm not quite sure how they went about it.
I mean, was it an e-bike or was it a bicycle with some sort of motor attached to it, I guess is my question.
It was a bicycle with an actual gasoline powered motor.
Okay, so
Motor
it's a
attached
motorcycle.
to it.
It's a homemade motorcycle. Perfect. That's
Kind of,
fine.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need a motor on a bicycle. Yes, got to have
Yeah.
tags, got to have a driver's license. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a motorcycle, just homemade.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. They'll probably classify it as a motorcycle crash, to be honest with you. Okay.
Gas power.
Hey, Lori.
Okay, so that's all I have for Citrus County. In Hernando County, in 2022, there were 43 fatal crashes, as the map shows. This is more than 2021. So Hernando County went up in fatal crashes. There were 32 fatal crashes in 2021. And then in 2023, the CTST fatal map shows there was 1 fatal crash. This was an angle crash on Commercial Way Access Road near the IHOP, I believe. But there has actually been 4 recorded since the map was created, 2 pedestrian, 1 angle, and 1 head-on fatal crash.
Okay. Do you have any other comments about those?
I'll just say
Matthew?
this, last year was not a good year for either one of these counties, to speak of. Typically Hernando in particular, Hernando County's actually carried the district because they had low numbers. So it made our district wide look better. It's just the reverse this year. Everywhere else in the district went down and Hernando went skyrocket. So I don't know what the solution is and what caused Hernando to spike so bad last year. Outside of it's just got a lot of growth in that county. That's I know with Robert Esposito, I send him on a lot of the reports regularly for both counties, and Citrus is not in good shape to start this year, and Hernando definitely isn't either. So we're doing our best trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. All right, very good. Any other comments about the fatal maps? Hearing no other comments, we'll move on to the Safe Roads to Schools update. I have no information about that. I think they're going to start the Forest Ridge sometime in the future. I'm not sure when. It's going to continue, the continuation of their sidewalks out there.
Yeah.
I know no others.
I don't either.
Yeah. Okay. Any comments about sidewalks? No. All right. Not hearing none. Let's go to the HSIP update. Highway Safety
Melissa, if
Improvement
you got any.
Program. Highway Safety Improvement Program.
Yeah, so the application process is now open. You can definitely send in any applications to myself and Lori, and we will make sure they get routed to the right channel, get them in. Hearing what you guys were talking about with that Deltona and Citrus Springs.
Mhm.
Yes. So maybe this might be beating a dead horse, like, because I know that you guys have already spoken with Walt, but maybe we go and we speak to him about some of the low cost countermeasures that Anthony was talking about, just to see if, you know, we can get him applications put in, get him some assistance up there, like what you guys are mentioning.
Okay. I'll talk to Walt about that. I guess
But-
that's who I would go to. Walt?
I would say Walt, unless Mike has another contact, and then we can reach out to him as well.
I don't, unless, unless the MPO is willing to back us up a little bit. Isn't that right, Robert?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
We were talking about HSIP funding,
Yeah.
Okay.
and Melissa brought up the idea that maybe that corridor wide that Anthony was mentioning earlier on Citrus Springs, maybe we could help assist the county with some HSIP funding to take care of the whole corridor.
I'm willing to help where we can. I mean, I'm not even sure how to go about getting that funding.
Well, if we just get the request from the county, then we can go ahead and put the application in for them through our, through Lori or Melissa. They're handling our HSIP program up there in those counties.
I mean, how would you like the MPO to help? I'm not really sure. If it's a county road.
We're asking that if the county can push if the MPO can push the county, or, somebody like Walter, somebody to request an HSIP funding.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to reach out to Walt if that's what you're asking. I'm happy to reach out to him.
Sure.
I mean, it's really an board decision.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the MPO board could write a letter, but I think this is really just asking Walt if somebody doesn't mind sending me an email with the specific location.
Okay. Well, you and I can have a sidebar on this, the next day or so.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Robert.
All right.
Willing to help out where we can.
All right, thank you. Do we have anything else on the HSIP? Anybody else in our area? Hernando? Hearing none, we'll move to the new business. Request for a review of problem areas. I noticed that the skip lines at 41 and 486 are pretty much gone. I don't know, we need to redo those for that intersection.
Can you say that it was 486 and which intersection? Jim?
Highway 41 in Hernando. I need to go out there and install some more, freshen up the skip lines. They're pretty much gone. Any other new business?
I'm looking here for a second, Jim. That's going to come under construction. I'm looking to see when, though. Oh, it's still in design. That whole section coming all the way from Arlington to up to 200 is going to become a 4-lane road, and it's still under design right now.
Right. It's going to be a while before that. I think probably 2028 before they even get started up there. So probably ought to go ahead and put some skip lines in there for the next 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to add that to the problem location?
I will do that.
Yeah.
Any other comments? Bob, I see your mic's on. Dave Carr, please.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about what US 301 through Pasco and Hernando County, coming from Dade City all the way through Hernando County down to the river, the Little Withlacoochee River. It looks like they're putting in some sort of pipelines. They have dropped the speed limit through that entire work area to 35 miles an hour. Most of the work is being done in the bottom of the ditch and up the back slope. There are periodically some vehicles parked just a couple of feet off the white line, but it's sporadic. What I'm seeing out there is, due to the fact they've dropped the speed limit on a 2-lane roadway, part in Hernando and part of Pasco County going toward Lacucci, is that people are becoming very impatient and they're jumping out and passing in places they probably shouldn't be passing.
Right.
I don't know whose idea it was to design the safety the way it is, but either it needs some review. Just the fact the speed limit by itself being dropped to 35 miles an hour when people are used to running 60 may in itself have created an unintended problem. So somebody probably needs to review that.
Yeah, I just pulled it up, Dave. It's a gas line they're installing.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I just pulled it up off the map. It's on our website. Anybody can pull this up. But gas line from Lock Street in Dade City all the way to the Sumter County line on US 301.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, they'd even on the 4-lane through, and I know this is a Citrus Hernando County meeting, but even on the 4-lane all through Pasco County going into Dade City, they've taken an entire lane and they've shoved everybody into one lane at very low speed. So, I mean, somebody from the safety office just needs to kind of keep an eye on that and figure out if there's something else could be done so that traffic will move safely, but yet a little quicker.
Yeah.
They even went as far as placing a stop sign in the middle of US 301 right at 98. And that got changed very quickly within 24 hours.
I bet.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I live up there and I know what you're talking about.
Yes. I mean, putting a stop sign in the middle of a U.S. government highway is kind of, well, you know, not many people were paying attention to it. Let's put it that way.
I'm gonna say that's not very kosher is the right word, I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, it's nothing that needs to be put on the list, but hopefully somebody could kind of review that or either keep an eye on that.
Yeah. I just put a copy of it in the chat. It's Tico Gas is doing the job, and James Myers is the contact for that out of Brooksville office.
Okay.
All right. And do we have any other information? New business, new problem areas? No. Sergeant Anstead, do you have anything?
I do not, sir. Thank you so very much for asking, though.
Good. Well, thank you.
Hi, everyone. So Ashley, just real quick with the Department of Health, we're currently in the middle of our community health assessment process. Right now, this is a process that happens every 3 years. It helps to guide some of the public health decisions that are made within the county. And one of the what can I call it? One of the concerns that came up were about unintentional injuries in the county that led to death. And in Hernando County, at least, when we looked over a 3-year period, there were about 159 unintentional deaths that happened here in the county. And I want to say that was 18, 19, and 20, but don't hold me to it. But it is a 3-year period recent. And so although just over half of those had to do with overdoses with drugs, and the majority of those were opioids, we also want to look at those potential unintentional deaths related to accidents. And so there is some data that's out there, but I just want to let you all know that it is some conversations that we're bringing up in other circles with people who may not always think about this as being a public service or public health issue. So really, it was more of just to let you all know that those conversations are happening. And Mike, I will send you the invite for the next meeting. It is going to be the 4th meeting where we look at prioritizing the issues in Hernando County. But I'll send that out with a little bit more information so you know more what I'm talking about. So that's what I got. Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
Mhm.
Do we have any other business or move on to open forums, announcements? Do we have anything on open forum or announcements? Melissa, Mike?
Yes, sir. I've got one here. I'm trying to find my notes. The car fit program that I mentioned to everybody a few 1 or 2 meetings ago, it's starting to shape up. It's probably either going to be the last week of April or the first week of May. We're still trying to get a location, but there was like 20 some odd people between all the CTST people's teams that I entertained that interested in becoming car fit technicians or coordinators. And so we're getting that closer and closer. So we're looking like it's either the last week of April. It's a 2-day course to become certified technicians to do these. And I know the more people that I've mentioned this to, the more people say, yes, we definitely need this in our area, because it hasn't been in our area. So it's been everywhere else in the country. But for some reason, the West Central Florida has just been a lacking place yet. West Central Florida has a lot of senior drivers, so it's a excellent program. I just went to one of their courses, and it's well worth the trouble. It teaches you so much. So I'm just giving you a heads up for those that you were interested in doing this. It's still being worked on and it's coming up.
Okay, good. Thank you, Mike. Is there anything to do with the District 7 CTST meeting?
That's still working. You want to give us an update, Melissa?
Yes, so the more looking like the serious date will be May 10th, not tentative anymore. It will be held in Tampa. We are about to nail down a location, but it will be held in Tampa near FDOT. It will be all day. Lunch will be provided. We're working on all the details and the speakers and sponsorships, etc. So more details to come, but the date is May 10th for the mega meeting.
Awesome. That's great. That's an awesome meeting. I hope everybody can attend it.
Yes,
Thank you very
and
much.
we will be hearing from all of the CTST chairs at this meeting. So, in amongst other speakers and topics, we'll be looking for you guys to say something.
Okay, thank you.
So Jim, that's if Walt's not there, that's kind of going to lean on you a little bit to let everybody know what we've done well in Citrus County and Hernando County, and what some of our issues are in Citrus and Hernando County, because the idea is if you had these issues that we know all, and Melissa and I can tell you what other issues are with other teams, but we don't share that with the other teams. But if Pinellas had a certain issue and we've had that issue and we knew how to solve it, we share that information, and then Pinellas will say, well, hell, that's a good idea. We're going to give that a shot. So it's a way of sharing information, how all of us solved our problems and some of the problems we have, and let the other teams know, well, we've had that too, and this is how we did it.
Okay. We can certainly work that out.
There you go.
Yes, sir. How about the MAD bicycle event, Melissa? You know anything about that one?
Yeah, so that was sent out. That was
Okay.
e-blasted, I believe, late last week or early this week. I'm not positive. But it is in May. Yes. And they're raising funds for that. So you can either join a team or just join yourself. And that is through the entire month of May. So I joined, and the more mileage you get, potentially the more prizes that you can achieve via funds that you help raise for MAD.
I noticed that some people were already doing it. Is that true, or is it just strictly May?
No, I believe the bike thing is only for the month of May.
Okay.
Yeah.
I looked at it on the website and I said, darn, some people are already active with it. So,
They might be
okay.
raising funds, but they shouldn't be biking yet.
Oh, no, yeah, we should be biking.
Hey, Brent,
Just for that.
Brent, are you guys getting involved with that?
We are talking about it. We'll let you know.
Okay.
All right, very good. Very good. I anticipate being involved with it. So, thank you very much. Are there any other announcements or open forum ideas? Hearing none? Yes?
I do want to say something. So, and I know you were going to get to this about the next meeting.
Yes.
Is March 8th. It will not be in person. This will be a virtual meeting due to scheduling conflicts with conference rooms and trying to find a location. So the next March meeting on the March 8th will be virtual. So this is
Not unless Jim wants to hold it in his garage.
yeah, Jim. You got
Yeah,
chairs?
yeah, I can fit you out some chairs. Yeah. Yeah, I have to move some cars out, but that's other than that.
Apparently, Citrus County Sheriff's Department, every room's booked. And at Brooksville, that room is having some mechanical issues right itself right now that they're trying to get somebody to get that resolved. So we just don't have another facility that we've used over the years. And I can't think of any place we can call to get a facility. So since we've all gotten proficient in doing virtual, we all just kind of agreed. When I say y'all, Melissa, myself, and a couple others, we all just agreed. So we'll just go ahead and do a virtual since we're all proficient at doing that anyway.
Okay.
So if you got it on your calendars to meet in person, you need to change that. It's going to be a virtual meeting.
Virtual meeting March 8th at 1:30.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right.
It will be updated on the website, and then when the package goes out, the week prior to the meeting, it will again say virtual everywhere, virtual,
Okay.
so there's no confusion.
All right. Very good. Thank you very much. Are there any other comments from anybody before we wrap up and adjourn our meeting? Robert, any attendance? No, hearing none. I guess we will adjourn our meeting. Thank
Very
you
good.
all for being here.
Very good job, Jen. You did well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Y'all all have a
Great
great
job,
day.
Jen.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
See y'all later.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye, Jim.
Hi, thank you.